Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You are the beholder of your beauty. You are the determiner of your beauty. Your beauty is more than just a standard that's been created by somebody else. Some people say, oh, everybody is looking the same now, or everybody doing the same thing, like everybody wearing the same thing, everybody, you know, whatever. But the whole time, when people are freely expressing themselves, when people is being unique, being creative, being them, people will feel like it's weird, or you doing too much, or you trying too hard to be different. But when everybody is doing the same thing, it's a problem. What's up, y'all? It's Andizzle. Welcome back, or welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Andizzle's channel. This is my channel. This is where I do my thing. You can do your thing. You can watch me do my thing. Period. Let me get my notes pulled up. Together, because we're gonna talk about some things, okay? We're gonna talk about some things. So in today's video, I'm discussing a topic that I feel, or discussing a concept and going more in depth about why I feel this concept is true and why I personally go by this concept. And I'm referring to the concept of beauty being in the eye of the beholder. More so, beauty standards. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, okay? So I'm going to be looking down at my iPad because I got notes, but these are my feelings. This is just how I feel about the topic and how I feel about the subject of beauty, period. You, as the viewer, you don't necessarily have to align with my thoughts and my views and my opinions about beauty. You don't have to align with the concepts that I'm speaking of. But if anything, with watching this video, if you can take anything from this video, it's just seeing a different perspective of something that you may have not seen before. This is something that I had to learn. This is something that I grew into, and I'm thankful that I grew into, and I'm thankful that I came to this understanding and understanding of the concept of beauty to my standard, or just the understanding that I came to with it. So before we get into this topic, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Yeah, you can subscribe. You can go ahead and like the video too. Yeah. You can like the video if you want to. You can wait to the end to like the video. You can subscribe at the end. You can get a little taste of what this channel is gonna be, and then you can yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be reading from my statements, you know, and I may put in some pictures of stuff while I'm reading or whatever. But anyway, regardless, let's get into it. Some people won't like what you do, and that's okay. Objective statements are facts that can be verified by third parties, while subjective statements may or may not be entirely true, as they are colored by the opinions of the speaker. That's a quote. Also, another quote from the source is, opinions are subjective ideas held by individuals. Some people are not going to like what you do. Some people are not going to like how you wear your hair, how you wear your clothes, what your wardrobe is. Some people are not going to like you, and that's okay, because everybody is not meant to like everything. But I more clearly discussed this in the passage when I wrote it down, so I'm going to read some parts of it, and then I'll come back and I'll discuss, and we can have a conversation and some dialogue. You know, someone not liking what you do or how you do it is subjective. As long as you are not affecting that other person, like actually affecting that other person. You having freedom of expression over your hair shouldn't put other people's panties in a ball. How I wear my hair, that shouldn't affect you. How you wear your hair, that shouldn't affect me. Period. Excuse my dogs. Y'all get from by my dog. Now, if we're discussing you actively doing something to intentionally harm or affect other people, that's a different thing. But the beat you choose to flow to shouldn't stop or alter anybody else's song. That's when people be minding too much of the business that isn't theirs. Let's continue reading. Some people give their negative input to try to humble you or subject you to their beliefs about your choices, but that's why they're your choices, not theirs. Everybody isn't meant to like the same thing. We're all unique. It's important to know that. But some people think because they are fitting into a certain standard by doing something or looking a certain way, that means anyone who is deviating from that standard is wrong, weird, or just negatively looked upon. Let's take a minute, okay? Other people who do that, they are expressing their opinion, which is, as I said, subjective. Somebody else's opinion is not fact. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You are the beholder of your beauty. You are the determiner of your beauty. So what anybody else has to say, good or bad, it doesn't make a difference of your beauty, because your beauty is more than just a standard that's been created by somebody else. Your beauty is more than being looked at through a lens from somebody else, because you live with you. You've been with you since you came into this world. You've been in your body. You've been in your skin. You've been with yourself. So some people may throw out these insults or throw out these comments. They don't even necessarily have to be insults, but they can throw out comments that may make you look at yourself differently, and they may sit with you. But for them, it could have just been 2 seconds of just saying something, and they really didn't know what they was talking about, or they were just subjecting their opinion onto you. But that's not the truth, because that's not a fact. Opinions, they're not facts. And you don't have to take them as such, especially when it comes to your self-worth, your beauty. You are the determiner of that. Let's continue. When I said some people think that because fitting into a certain standard, by doing something a certain way, and they feel like anybody who deviates from that is weird or wrong, or just they negatively look upon them, that can be a point in the whole conversation about, some people say, oh, everybody is looking the same now, everybody doing the same thing, like everybody wearing the same thing, everybody, you know, whatever. But the whole time, when people are freely expressing themselves, when people is being unique, being creative, being them, and they're not cookie cutter, some people get bashed for that, or they just get frowned upon for simply being them. Now, don't get me wrong. Some things are going to be followed. Some things are going to be done. It's going to be a lot of things done that you may have not necessarily originated. You may not have necessarily been the person to be the only person to do that, or be the first person to do that. That's okay. But don't necessarily follow a crowd just because you feel that's the right thing to do, and not creatively expressing yourself because you're afraid of how other people will feel, or what other people will say, or how other people will feel like it's weird, or you doing too much, or you trying too hard to be different. But when everybody is doing the same thing, it's a problem. What y'all want? It's a teeter-totter between what people be wanting. It be a teeter-totter between what society be wanting. Do society want you to be cookie cutter and regular, or do society want you to be weird? When you're really just being creative, you're really just being unique. Everybody here is different. Everybody here got different things that they do, different tunes to they beat. Everything. Everybody is different. And everybody should be able to freely express themselves, freely express their differences, freely express the different ways that they mind work, the different things that they like, without judgment from other people. Because you don't have to like it. You don't got it on, boo. You ain't got it on, boo. But I put this shit on. You ain't put this shit on. You could put this shit. Hey, we gonna get into that point. Okay. Here's a little quote that you may have heard, or just some things that could be examples of this. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wear my hair like that. I couldn't be seen leaving the house looking like that. Well, good for you, bitch.
And I
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was really eating when I was writing this. I was eating down. For real. Don't nobody gotta tell me nothing about my appearance. You wanna know why? Cause 9 times out of 10, I knew what I looked like when I presented myself to the world and to that person at that moment. And I felt confident in it. Yeah, you might have not left the house looking like this. You couldn't. You can't rock my, I don't know if y'all know. Yeah, y'all know if y'all don't watch my other videos. Y'all can go watch my other videos. That butterfly lock video. You see my fro, boo. You see my natural hair, boo. You see my natural curls, boo. You can't wear this fro like me. You can't wear this stomach like me. You can't wear hyperpigmentation. You may not see it all the way. Like at a point in time, I had more hyperpigmentation than I have right now. But you can't wear it like me. You can't wear these brows like me. Some people like thinner brows. Some people like thicker brows. You can't do nothing like how I do it. Period. And it's not because you literally couldn't. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do. Literally. But the thing is, that's the point. It's about what you want to rock. Yeah, you might not leave the house looking like this because that's not your preference. But that doesn't mean that it has to be the same for other people. Some people try to project their thoughts, views, and opinions onto others. Insecurities too. Oh, we just gonna let that one mellow. We just gonna let that one simmer. Some people maybe just don't like those things, so they don't wear them. And that's okay. Everybody's not meant to like everything. Everybody's not meant to like the same thing, as I said before. But other people wish they had the confidence to wear those things, to rock their natural hair, to walk in confidence with their natural body. Every crease, every stretch mark, every hip dip, every inch of their being. Some people don't have the confidence to do that. And when they see other people with that confidence to do the things they wish they could do, it's almost foreign to them. How dare you have the nerve to be shameless about a characteristic we both have, but I'm left to be insecure about it? Y'all see what I was talking about when I said I ate now? That's how they be. And this ain't the thing to necessarily point the finger, oh, woo, 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 woo. Because some of y'all may be watching this video. And that could come from different trauma, and that could come from different people exerting their opinions onto you. But if you watching this video and you a person like that, you a person who do that, if you're going to take anything from this video, just keep listening. But take the fact that you don't have to exert those insecurities onto other people. You don't have to do that. Okay, let's continue. Look at her hair. It's so dry. Her body is shaped all type of wrong. I hate to have that body. Look at her teeth. They look so crazy. She came out the house looking like a fool with that outfit. That makeup is cakey and ugly. She looked funeral ready. All of these are subjective statements, opinions, based on the speaker's personal thoughts and feelings towards the topic at hand. Saying that somebody's hair looks dry, that can look dry to you. But if you was to actually know that person's hair could be very moisturized. It is plenty of melanated women, black women out here who have beautiful hair. Everybody hair, hold up now, everybody hair beautiful. You say your hair beautiful, bird. But you don't even know that person's hair texture. You don't even know what that person did to their hair that day. You don't know that to say anything about, oh, their hair look dry. Yeah, look like you don't know what you talking about. Yeah, we getting real fed by this, cause you don't know what you don't know what you talking about, boo. Compliments are subjective too, though. I just wanted to make that point to make that clear, that any comment that is made by somebody else that's fueled with opinion, that's subjective. And that's opinion, just that, opinion. Whether it's a compliment, an insult, or an insult disguised as a compliment, you are the determiner of your worth. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You hold your beauty. Your beauty isn't determined by any standard made by anybody else. Some people may find you attractive to their standards. Others may not. And that's okay. That's okay. You're not going to be what float everybody boat. You're not going to be what everybody else want. You're not going to be what everybody want. And that's okay. That's why it's important for you to be you for you. Wear your hair how you wear your hair because you want to wear your hair like that. Not because you think, oh, this how the dudes gonna like it, or this how the girls gonna like it. Don't get that job because you think, oh, this is gonna get you a certain amount of this and whatever, and it's gonna get you a certain amount of status and a certain amount of likes and a certain amount of this and that and the woo, and just validation from outside people. Validate you. You are the only validation that you need. You're the only valid validation that you could get. Anybody else is just subjective. It's opinionated. That ain't real. That ain't real. That ain't your real. You are the determiner of your real. And it's okay because everybody may not like you. Everybody may not like what you do. Everybody might not like what you put on, how you put it on. Some people may not. And that's okay because none of that really matters when you know who you are, what you are, and your worth. Your worth is way more than an exterior beauty standard. Your worth is way more than what anybody else could tell you it is. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I felt that in my heart, and I needed to make sure that y'all feel it. You are beautiful. You are beautiful because you say so. You could compliment a person. You could tell a person, oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. Woo. But if that person truly does not feel that they feel that way, and that person feels the complete opposite, they don't believe you, and they are not going to believe that they are beautiful just because you say so, just because you're giving that opinion. Because at the end of the day, when that root feeling is there, it's there for a reason, and it could be a lot of unpacking that needs to be done with that in order for that person to truly believe that they're beautiful. But that validation need not come from anybody else. Everybody should just know that they're beautiful just because that's how they feel about themselves. Well, I'm gonna say this. That's the determiner of beauty. You are the determiner of your own beauty. Don't nobody else determine nobody else's beauty. Because can't nobody else tell me that I ain't that girl. Can't nobody tell me that I'm not that girl. Can't nobody tell me that I'm not beautiful. They could, but they'll be wasting their time because you're not gonna be telling me that thinking that you making me believe it. At one point in time, like I went through body dysmorphia. I went through a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna talk about another day. But people will tell me that I was beautiful or that my body was beautiful. That just give me certain compliments about my body or whatever, but that I didn't believe them, and that didn't change how I looked at myself. That didn't change how I valued myself. I had to learn that that value comes from within. And that validation comes from within. Nobody else can make you feel that the way that you can make yourself feel that. Because what if that person was to not give you those compliments? What if nobody was to give you a compliment when you did your best putting on your appearance today? What if nobody was to tell you that you look beautiful? What if nobody was to tell you that you did a good job on your hair? What if nobody was to tell you that you did a good job on your makeup? That wouldn't take away from the fact that you look beautiful. That wouldn't take away from the fact that you did your thing. That wouldn't take away from that. But if you just looking from what other people gonna say, the validation that you'll get from other people, you gonna feel like you missed the mark. But you draw the mark. You make the mark. You are the mark. Beauty is within. The concept of beauty is within. You are beautiful because you say so. Because you know so. I refrain from insulting other people's appearance for multiple reasons. It's not my business. I don't really care how other people look because it's not me, and that doesn't affect me at all. Like I've gotten a understanding of this concept that no matter what I say, I'm not the determiner of that person's beauty. They are. I'm not the determiner of that person's worth. They are. And somebody isn't worth less or more just because of their appearance. Anyway, 3, I wouldn't want to inflict any pain or negative feelings on that person just because of an opinion of subjective ideas. 4 is just plain old mean. Like, what do you get out of putting somebody else down? Some people get satisfaction out of that. Some people, that fuels them, that makes them feel good. And there's some unpacking to do there. There's some unpacking to do that. If you're watching this video and you put down other people because it make you feel good, you might got some unpacking to do, boo. All right. With all that being said, what would be the point? What would be the point in negatively discussing somebody's appearance? What would be the point? I also don't try to get too specific with complimenting people's appearance. If I'm going to give a compliment, I don't try to give a compliment in the space of, I mean, if I just feel moved to say it, I'm just going to say you are beautiful or you are amazing. But even then, that could it could be that this person didn't, like, that could fuel this person feeling like, oh, they only get compliments when they have this on or that on. So that could be a conversation to have. And maybe I will look more into my behavior of complimenting, period, and seeing, like, do I want to compliment? But I know that for different people, compliments can make them feel good. But I'm posting this video, so I guess, like, with me posting this video, I'm saying, like, my compliment, it doesn't matter to you. Like, it shouldn't matter to you. Well, I'm not gonna say it shouldn't. Girl, let's have a conversation about that in the comments. Somebody talk about that in the comments, or we can have an educated conversation about that in the comments, about how even positively commenting on or complimenting someone's appearance or complimenting someone can be something that can be revised or something like that, or how to compliment someone without necessarily fueling a certain insecurity, because some people, like, some compliments can fuel insecurities, and I'm about to get into that a little bit here. I'm gonna give a trigger warning because in the next clip I will be briefly discussing eating disorders, body dysmorphia, bad relationships with food. So I just wanted to give a trigger warning to any of my viewers, and I will have a timestamp of when you can skip this portion of the video so you won't have to view this if this is a topic or these are topics that may be triggering to you. Like I said, I don't try to get too specific with complimenting people's appearance, especially with weight. You could tell a person, oh, you're slimming down, you're looking good, as a compliment, when the whole time they're struggling with an eating disorder, a bad relationship with food, body dysmorphia, and so on. A person could literally be, you know, doing unhealthy things, or, you know, hurting themselves or whatever, to be achieving this look, to be achieving this weight loss, to be achieving this look, and getting that fuel from other people who don't even know the struggles that they're going through behind the scenes. That can fuel that, and that can keep that going. Like I said before, I went through body dysmorphia, I went through an eating disorder, I went through different things, which is weight and food and a lot of things, and I went through struggles that most people, barely anybody around me knew about. And comments were made, even if they were positive comments were made that possibly fueled that. Where that comment could have been made, it could have been other things said and other things noticed to where I could have been saved. But I went through that journey for a reason, and I may discuss that journey in a different way, in a different video, in a different, you know, I could write it and talk about it, you know, we could talk about it another day, okay? But the point is, you don't know the depths of how far any comment that you make on anybody can go. So that's why I was saying about even complimenting people, period, and just thinking about how that could affect someone, even if it's not about weight, even if it's about their makeup, even if it's about their hair, even if it's about different things, you know? But if anything, commenting about weight or commenting about somebody, period, just tell them they're beautiful. Just speak light into them, no matter what size they are. You want to know, like, do you know how that could be for someone who didn't get compliments when they was of a bigger size, but once they got smaller, they started to get a different type of attention? Do you know how that could be? Do you know how that could affect someone's vision of their worth, and how that could feel like how that could make someone feel like they aren't worthy of compliments, or they aren't worthy of positive words if they are of a certain size? And that's not the truth. You're worthy to feel that you are worthy of positive things. You're worthy to feel that you're beautiful. You're worthy to know that you're beautiful, no matter how big you is, no matter how small you is, no matter how big your butt is, no matter how small your boobies is, no matter what size they are. They looked good before they started slimming down. Beauty is a subjective standard when discussing someone else. You create the objective standard for yourself. You are the standard. You are beautiful. I'm gonna just say it like this. If I ain't got nothing nice to say, I ain't saying shit about how somebody look. Period. Now that's bottom line right there. That's bottom line. I'm not gonna say that I have never in my life said anything about anybody's appearance. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going to say that I am 110% got an effective rate of not saying anything about anybody's appearance. No. If I was to say something about somebody's appearance, that would be wrong in the concept of this conversation, because at the end of the day, why would you do that? Like I said, with the other reasons, that would be wrong on my end, and I would have to take accountability for that. I would have to take accountability for that, because at the end of the day, that don't matter. That don't matter. But like I said, well, I'm gonna say 99% of the time, because I'm not going to say 100%, because I am not going to speak to the fact that, oh, I'm perfect. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No. If I was to do that, I would be wrong. Me right now, I would not agree with that. Period. But I'm gonna say this: 99.9%. If I ain't got nothing nice to say, I ain't saying that. Especially in a disagreement, especially in an argument, especially in that, because I especially wouldn't do it in that situation, in a disagreement, in an argument, because that doesn't add anything to proving my point. That doesn't add anything to proving my point. Now, it'll have to be a very niche conversation for that to add to a point. I'm gonna say it like that. It'll have to be a very niche conversation. It'll have to be some. Hey, hold up. It'll have to be very circumstantial for that to be something to be said in a conversation, in a disagreement, in a discussion, and that be valid to a certain point. Okay, I'm gonna say it like that. But I can say this though: we can have educated conversations without insulting the other person's appearance, because that doesn't matter. When it don't matter, it don't matter. So discussing about having a real conversation, whatever, because you may not have nothing else to say, you want to come for my appearance, bitch. Okay. You thought you ate that, but you very much starving, boo. Oop. Now if somebody, if somebody keep titting and tatting with you about your appearance, and you come back at them with some heat, and you come back and you say some things about their appearance, I throw my hands up. I don't, you do what you do, man. You don't have to necessarily follow what I'm saying and be 100% perfect. No, that's not the thing. But this is to have a conversation about the standard of beauty as a whole. This is the conversation about that. I don't want to say they was asking for it, but now this doesn't make the act okay, like I said. But if needed, do your thing, I guess. Do your thing. It's more like they are saying those things to hurt you, so you will be giving them their own medicine. That's what I had put in here. Regardless of if you do take that route in that conversation, at the end of that, educate them that whether or not they like your appearance or not, you still that girl. And that goes for women, men, non-binaries. It don't matter. Everybody. You still that one, boo. Period. Girl, when I say girl, that's not exclusive to just one gender or one gender identifying person. No. And know that the same runs for them. Even if y'all beefing, And you said those things to get balance in the conversation, that truth still runs for them too. Y'all, this was a real conversation. I want to say this. I want to leave with this note. You're beautiful, baby. You're beautiful. Every size, every body type, every shade, every hair texture, every shoe size, every eye shape, every differentiation of every physical characteristic you can have. You're beautiful. Know that because you say so, not because I'm saying it. Because I don't even see every one of y'all. But I can tell y'all that y'all are beautiful. And I can tell y'all that y'all need to say that y'all beautiful. That y'all need to know that y'all beautiful. Know that you're beautiful because you say so. Say it. Believe it. Claim it. Live it. Because that's the truth. That's the truth. You create your objective truth about your beauty. You create that standard, baby. I hope that this video touched. I know that this video touched the people that it needed to touch. Touched the hearts that it needed to touch. This video can create rooms to have different conversations, different educated conversations about different things, about beauty as a standard and about beauty in society and beauty as a whole. And I love y'all. All of y'all are beautiful. All of y'all are beautiful. All of y'all embody y'all's own beauty. Let's let go of them other standards. Let's let go of them outside standards and let's just look within, okay? I love y'all. Now, if y'all like the video now, like the video. Like the video. If y'all like the message, if y'all like what I was saying, like that video, boo. And you can subscribe too. You can do that too. Alright, y'all. I'm finna go. It's Andizzle. I'm finna go ahead and bounce out. But I love y'all so much, okay? Be positive, be easy. Take every day with every step that you can and just do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. Y'all do your thing. We doing our thing. Deuces.